What do you think is the motivation that caused these people to do this? Did they justify this along the lines of everybody does this, it's
Yes.
a contribution, you build a building on campus,
Yes.
you get in, I'm just doing it this way, this is a donation? Do they know it's wrong when they do it? And why are they doing it?
Some of them absolutely knew that it was wrong. Others thought perhaps it was wrong, maybe a civil sanction, but they did not consider what they did criminal. And the rationalization was this has been going on for more than 20 years with great amounts of success. And as you said, other families may donate $2 or $3 million to universities to build buildings. This turns out to be less expensive. So it's rationalizing the behavior. Then, of course, opportunity. I lecture and travel the country talking about ethics and white-collar crime. And as I've said, you can never break the law unless you see some opportunity. And, of course, the opportunity was someone presenting them an opportunity to get their children into school under the guise of this is going to help my child. And many of them just did not stop to consider the consequences of their actions. What would actually happen if they got caught? They just had the resources. They rationalized they wanted to help their children. In some cases, didn't think about it again, Dr. Phil. And when it came undone, there's the realization in some cases like, God, it's so obvious. How did I not know? Of course this was wrong. Of course I broke the law. Of course this is cheating. And some in this case have absolutely done that. And I give those credit for doing that. I wish more would do it.
Why were they doing it?
I have 2 young children, a 4-year-old and a 10-month-old, and I want to help my children when they fall, and I want to fix things. And my wife's always saying to me, let her grow up. She's okay. And I always just want to go and fix it. They wanted to help their children. In some of these cases, the children had been coddled, spoiled. Everything had always gone their way. They never had dealt with any setbacks or adversity. Certainly, adversity could be not getting into your desired school. And as parents, they wanted to fix that, and they had the means to fix it.
I have to say, I was highly offended. I went down the list, and I couldn't find anybody bribing their way into North Texas State University. And that really hurt my feelings because I think it is a really good school. There wasn't anybody bribing their way into my alma mater, and that pissed me off, I have to say. But this isn't about the education.
No, it's
There's
about the
no way about the education. It's
status.
about saying I went to X.
Yes, that's right.
I went to Harvard, I went to Yale,
Yeah.
I went to USC, I went
Yes.
here, there, or other.
It's posting on Instagram and the social media. I'm at this university, hundreds of thousands of followers, and using USC as a means to their end, which is advancing their own agenda.
So even then, they're not trying to buy their child a ticket to a great education. They're trying to buy their child a ticket to a social group, a fraternity, sorority
Yes.
in society, not the university sorority or fraternity, but this network when they get out of school so they can go and say, I'm a Trojan or I'm a Harvard grad or I'm a this or a that.
Like I say till this day, I was a proud member of the USC baseball team. It's a big deal for me, and I proudly discuss it, proudly play in the alumni game every year, and it was essentially the same thing with these cases. It's a badge of honor they would have been able to wear and leverage off of for the rest of their life.
You should ask me this question and I should come up with an answer like I'm all-knowing or something. Unfortunately, I'm not the repository of all knowledge, and I sometimes look at people and shake my head and say, what the hell are they thinking? Let's look at USC, for example. If you don't have the grades to get into USC, let's face it, you can go to Santa Monica Junior College
Yes.
for a semester or a year, but certainly you can go to Santa Monica Junior College, take 12 hours of general subjects, make a passing grade, and transfer to USC or UCLA for sure. That saves you $500,000 and a prison term.
That's right. I've discussed with my mom, who's a huge fan of yours, of course, and she shared the story when she wanted me to play the piano as a young boy, and I was terrible at piano. I'd hide in the closet when the instructor would come. And my mom said, I would never force you to continue to do it just because I wanted you to do it. I wasn't your skill set. That wasn't your aptitude. You move on to something else. It's okay if you don't have the grades to get into USC or Yale. I think to a degree, these parents have underestimated perhaps what their children were capable of by trying to take some shortcuts and cheat. And I think that's something that we have to address and frankly is being addressed. They underestimated what their kids are capable of.
Is it just ego? All of their peers graduate and go straight to Harvard, Yale, Princeton, Michigan, USC, UCLA, and their kid has to go to junior college for a year is an ego thing?
Without a doubt, there's a stigma attached to it. I remember my senior year in high school, when you hear what university your classmates are going to go to, you immediately assess, well, that's a good school, that's so-so. Of course. So when you've had everything go your way and you're used to, as I have said in some of these cases, sycophants always giving them everything they need and telling them they're wonderful and great, as was the case with me to a degree. Everything had always gone my way. I didn't know how to deal with setback and adversity. I was coddled, as some of these students or children were. You don't want to disrupt that. You want to find a way, if you have the means and seize an opportunity, as I write about, to continue it. And if you don't fully consider how these actions could influence others, you just move on with your day. See, the FBI does an incredible job of piecing cases together. But oftentimes crimes that take place, it's just in an instant. You just make a decision, you don't think it through, and down the road it's so obvious in retrospect. My gosh, how could I not know? We just go on with our days. And many of the parents in this case made a decision, seized an opportunity, paid the money, and went on with their day.